Alright, what's up guys from the woods? This is Jay with Prepared Citizens. Me and my oldest daughter are out here glamping because we're testing the Jackery solar generator system. So guys and gals, we've had the Jackery now for a couple of months. Haven't really used it heavily at all. It's been very light duty tonight. We had an opportunity to go camping, so me and my oldest daughter, we decided to give it a shot. This is the, I think it's a 2000 watt generator, and it we've charged it at home using just your regular outlet. You can charge it like that, or the solar panels. I don't have the solar panels with me. There's not much light here. And besides, we got here kind of late and we're going to be leaving early. So I just wanted to see, we're going to probably, since she's with me, we're going to have a heater going tonight. And I wanted to see how good this thing's going to do running that heater during the night. It's a small little space heater for like tents and stuff. So I'm just curious. I thought this would be a good test for it. And of course, we're going to charge our devices and things like that too. So yeah. I'm just wanting to get this thing out in the field, give it some use, so I can report back to you guys if it's any good or not. So here we go. I will see you guys back at the office. Welcome to the office, guys. I was actually planning on doing this video outside on the fire pit, but it's misting, it's very windy, and it's very cold, which the cold and don't bother me so much, but the misty and windy is not so good for the camera. So here we are. Alright, so let's talk about the Jackery 1000 Plus, the Explorer 1000 Plus. This thing, this is not it is a kind of an in-depth review, but it's not a long-term review. Please keep in mind, I'm going to be using this thing throughout the next year or two, and either in a year or two, I'm going to come back and we're going to do another long-term review of this. So this is just, I'm going to call it an initial review, even though I've used it a handful of times. But so I've taken it camping or glamping once. I definitely consider, if you've got something like this with you, that's on the glamping side. So it was nice. It was about 40 degrees, and we had a space heater, and it actually, if you know, heaters in general draw, they're a lot of amps, okay? So it's going to drain any kind of battery source quickly, very quickly. My daughter, I thought she was trying to like smoke barbecue or something, because she about run me out of the tent for the first, I don't know, probably an hour or a little more. Once I kind of realized, I'm like, you are cooking us. She had the heater on wide open, the highest temp, and it held up for a while. I was actually quite impressed with how long it held up, and I finally got her. I'm like, alright, turn the thing off. Once we go to sleep, you're in a sleeping bag. You don't need to be running a heater. Your sleeping bag should keep you warm. And what we did was we used, I think that she ran it down to like 20%, and then in the morning, about 5:30 in the morning, when we knew it was about to be starting to get up and get ready, once you come out of that sleeping bag, it's pretty cold. So what we did was run the heater, get the tent warm again, and then got out and got ready. So it worked out pretty good. If you use it, if you're conservative with it, that's a pretty good way to do it. Run it at nighttime when you're getting set up, getting ready for bed. Once you get all snugly in your sleeping bags, then you can turn it off, everybody goes to sleep. Somebody set an alarm about 15 minutes till you are ready to get up. I'd run it then, that way everyone's not absolutely freezing. And that is what I would do if I was, or that's what we did while glamping. Now, the biggest purpose of this is not to do stuff like that. The biggest purpose of having this is grid down situations. This is something that you can throw in your vehicle and have power to do things with whenever, okay? One small example as far as Minutemen stuff goes, the mobile radio setup I got, which I'll do a video on it one day. The mobile radio setup I got for my 4Runner, I can take it in and out of the 4Runner easily, and I can actually set that up at a campsite and run my mobile radio off of this. So kind of have like a little tactical base station out in the field for doing Minutemen stuff. So that's really nice. And that's what I use the 12 volt outlet for. Let me go ahead and turn this off so I can go through everything with you. So let me go over how to power this thing up, and then we'll go over how you charge it, because you can charge this with the solar panels. I'll show you those too, and or just plugging it in your wall outlet at home. So let me change the camera around, get set up here, and we're going to go through everything what you need to know. Alright guys, so I opted in and bought the one that comes with 200-watt solar panels. That's totally optional if you want to do that or not. I thought it'd be a good idea just for the reasons that the primary reasons I'm purchasing this for, and that's Minutemen stuff. So being out in the field, I want a way to recharge the system. Now you get this included bag with it. This is a bag that's used for all your cables and stuff. So what we got here is the cable to charge it with a wall outlet, and then we have two cables. These are for the solar panels, and then you got one more to actually charge this in your vehicle if you want to do that. So that's all the cables, and it comes with a cool little bag. And I went ahead, me being me, I put all the instruction manuals for everything in here as well. It all fits, so that's very nice, convenient. And I'll show you how to plug in the plug it into the wall in just a second. I know that may seem simple, but there's a few different little things back there. Alright, so function wise, let's talk about how to turn it on. You got a power button right here. Just press and hold till that turns green. There you go. And you got a nice display here that's going to display your current power and what you're using and that kind of thing. And to turn it off, press and hold it, and it goes off. I've not even removed the little screen protector because I'm gangster like that. Over here you got a light. You just press it, you got a light, brighter, and then it starts flashing if you want to give everyone in the tent seizure. Or obviously what that is actually a signal, but anyway, I digress. Alright, down here if you got any small stuff you're charging, USB or USB-C, you just press that. When that's green, that lets you know that it is putting power to this area. So then you plug in whatever you need. Press it again, turns it off. So that way you can leave your cables plugged in and turn that on and off when you're wanting to charge. Over here for your 3 outlets, you just press it again, plug in what you need. And there's actually a little fan inside here. It's still very quiet. A little fan in here, it's going to keep everything cool. If it starts putting out too much power, obviously heat generates from that, and internal fan is going to kick on. So, and then up here, same thing for your 12 volt outlet here, your little cigarette lighter thing, as us old folk call it. You just press it, cuts on. This is the one I use for my mobile radio because it has one of these power plugs that goes in the 12 volt. And that's pretty much it, guys. So that's the front. That's everything you need to know for how to use it. It's very, very simple. It's crazy simple. It is kind of heavy. And on the sides, you got the vents. That's where the fan's going to disperse that heat. Now, here on the back, this panel comes out. You got several different things here. These two down here are for your solar panels. That's where the solar panels will plug into. Right here is the one you're going to use to plug it into your wall. This cable here, as you can tell, you got that little guy, and it will go in right here. Just here, I'll just show you, since we're doing this together. It's, again, super simple. You plug it in your wall, voila, it's charging. And on the display screen, it'll come on, it'll actually tell you how much it's charging. So, now how long does it take to charge, since we're talking about that? Well, I can tell you, with the wall, plugging it into your house, it does not take long at all. It is very, very quick. When I say very quick, for a battery this size, we're talking 2 or 3 hours. I don't hold me to that. I've not timed it, but I just know I'll plug this thing up, I'll go do stuff around the house or with the fam, I'll come back, and typically this thing is charged. So that's pretty cool. When you're charging it with the solar panels, it's going to take a while. You're only getting a limited input. Each solar panel is 100 watts, so it's going to be limited, and you got to have good sunlight. But it can charge it. As long as you're not outputting too much, like if you're just running a radio, charging up your flashlights and handheld radios, you're probably going to be just fine. It's still going to be taking in power as it's doing that stuff. So that's good. But now if you're running something like, say that heater, for instance, you're going to be draining more than you're putting in it. So that's going to be kind of counterproductive. But while we're talking about solar panels, let me get one of those out, show you guys. That way you'll have an idea of how those work. Alright guys, here is one of the solar panels. I'm not showing you both of them because there'd be a lot of room in it. This is the primary reason I was going to do this video outside, but God said not today because the weather's crazy. So let's go into how this works. It's very simple. First off, you have these stands back here. Once you do get it out, there's 2 of them on each side. Once you get this thing unfolded, you're just going to pull the stands out, put it at whatever angle you need. You can go more, less, depending on where the sun's at. Or you could lay it down flat if the sun's directly above you. That's something you will need to pay attention to with any kind of solar device, is making sure you got the best angle at the sun. Now, to carry these things, it's super simple. You don't need a bag because this is magnetic. So, literally, it's just, they made this entire thing just absolutely silly simple. And it works very well. So, as you can tell, this is a pretty big panel, and you get 2 of these when you buy the kit like I did that comes with them. And everything is just super simple to carry. I love, Jackery is now kind of a known brand. It's been around for a minute in this realm, and I've not heard any bad things about them really from people that I trust. I have heard though that the customer service isn't that good. Now, I've not had to deal with the customer service. If I do, I will give you guys an update on that as well, because I think that's important. With my little business, I 110% strive to make sure every customer of mine is super happy with the outcome. And even if they're not, I want the experience to be positive for them. So for whatever reason, if they wasn't happy with the product, I'm going to refund them. I'm going to make it right somehow, okay? And that's what all businesses should be, in my opinion. But now that you have seen the panels and the unit itself, I guess we'll go into the closing statements, and I'll let you guys go on about your day. Alright guys, so final take, my thoughts on this thing. I think it's good to go. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Recommended on my experience with it so far. Okay, so like I said, as a year goes down the road, I'm going to give you guys an update, because I believe in doing that. And I think Jackery is one of those brands, just based on what we've seen, it's probably still going to be around by then, so that's good too. because there's some things I've wanted to do 1 or 2 year reviews on and they don't make them no more, which is aggravating. But this is something I think that's going to give us years of good use based on what other dudes that I trust in the field have told me about it. And, you know, having something like this is a good peace of mind because, you know, you may not want to run a space heater. I think the fact that this thing ran that space heater as long as it did is a testament of what it's capable of. That is not something I would recommend doing or buying this for. But even if it's just producing some light, so you and your family can play a board game or something in some, you know, less fortunate times or something if power goes out for a while. And the fact that it is capable of running a small space heater for short periods of time, that's pretty cool too. That means a lot too. But, you know, on the channel, we believe in preparedness, so I think this is just one of those extra peace of mind and benefits to being a little more prepared, because I do have a gas generator as well, which I've done a video on before. I did a video on repairing it. But you should always have multiple power sources, in my opinion. You know, if a piston goes out on my gas generator, we can still have lights and stuff with this. Is this thing going to power the refrigerator and freezer? No, probably not. But you can always come up with alternate methods to keep food good to go, okay? Especially if there's snow on the ground. So, just one of those things I think is a good thing, and I'll quit babbling and let you guys go on about your day. So, it does work for what it's intended for very well, and I like it. So, if you guys have any questions about it, please let me know. I'm going to leave an Amazon affiliate link to it below. What I recommend doing is keeping your eyes open on special weekends for sales. It's kind of expensive, but I'm telling you, we caught it on, I guess, the pre-Black Friday sales, and it was very cheap. We saved, like, no joke, I want to say we saved close to $500, right around that. So, unless you just got the money, is it worth the full price? Yeah, I think it's definitely worth the full price. But if money's tight for you, if you're not in a hurry, definitely wait on a sale, because they do sales on these fairly often. So keep an eye on it, okay? But yeah, the affiliate link will be in the description. And as always, if you want to support the channel or anything we're doing here, please go to preparedcitizenstg.com, pick up a medical kit, pick up a pre-programmed radio. Guys, I cannot stress the importance of medical and communication with your team and family, and that is so important in preparedness. And I'm going to tell you right now, the pew pew stuff is awesome. I love my gun stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm big on that. You know me. But you're so much more likely to need the medical and communications than you are the gun. Okay? So much more likely. So please go to a website, check that out. There'll be a link for the website as well. And check out our partners too. We got a bunch of good partners. We got Nutrient Survival to pick up food. That's what me and my family. Actually, there was a Nutrient Survival bag beside the solar generator in the beginning of this video. And that's what me and my family like. We've tried a bunch of different foods. That's really good. Bear Creek Arsenal, go pick up something from them. I'm still running that carbine, and it's still doing really good. That's a good sign. That's awesome. AR-500 armor. Guys, what else? The Blackbeard fire starter. So many good things. So many good companies decided to join us in the mission, and that's really cool. So please go to our website, go to the partners page, and go click on any of those dudes. It's an affiliate link to their page. So if you pick something up, that's a huge thank you from me and a thank you from them. And guys, that's going to do it. Guys, remember, please be an asset to everyone around you, not a liability. And I will see you guys on the next one. God bless.